All right, so what the fuck are we talking about? Shopping?
Yeah, trying to find a personal trainer.
All right. Kettle Bar Podcast, number 10.
Is this one gonna count? Because I mean, like, can you still post it's all the same shit you're doing, or what?
Yeah.
So maybe
I guess
like,
if you're watching this,
like
then the
bonus
answer
content,
is yes.
Like 9.5.
Possibly. This might be a lost episode.
All right, cool.
So if you're not watching this on YouTube, then hi, thanks for watching it on
Oh,
Facebook.
I forgot we were on there.
Yeah. All right, so my name is Dennis Timmerman,
Tanner Hughesman. Travis Klinghagen.
Nick Ridenauer.
and today we're going to be talking about should you be shopping for personal training based on price? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the time. I mean, we're gonna
I
expand on that.
think
because
so.
the
I think so.
Easy answer to that is no.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Bam, there you go. See you later, folks. We're also going to talk about the best fat burning exercise.
Right.
That was a good,
That was good.
I think we weren't going to talk about it, and then we did just a little bit, and Nick already won, so watch to find out what Nick's answer is on that.
I don't even know the answer to that.
You weren't here.
Let's find out.
So, should you base your personal training or even gym choice based on price? Nick said no. I would say no.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Whether it be personal training, if you have just like a straight up gym membership where you're not getting any kind of coaching or training, then yeah, probably
That's on you.
equipment and price is probably your best shopping point.
When I'm shopping for a gym, it's environment. Like,
Mhm.
it doesn't even matter the equipment. It depends on how the gym's set up, how smooth it's ran,
Right.
how clean it is. Well, it doesn't have to be clean. It's just got to be picked up, organized. So,
If you're looking for coaching, you're looking for a whole another set of there's
Yep.
more rules and all that stuff there. So
Yeah.
what should people be looking for when they are out there searching for coaches? There's going to be a lot of people that rush. That New Year's rush is coming up. People are going to be looking for personal training, gym memberships, all that stuff. Where should they start?
Google.
Google, yes.
No, I don't know. It kind of depends
I
on
think
where
if you Google Sioux Falls personal training, I think Primal pops up pretty quick. So
better.
Sioux Falls, Google Sioux Falls personal training.
Yeah.
Primal.
Yeah. No, but I would say, I mean, it depends on, if you don't know anyone if you don't know anyone that's ever had a personal trainer or in a gym or anything like that, then I would start with Google. Otherwise, I'd check with either a friend that's had a personal trainer, just kind of see what they think, who they are or whatnot. And then I would say, go and try to look for someone that, I mean, you can interview them or whatever. Most people give a free assessment or a, cheaper price on an assessment or, just to get together. But I would say you'd want to look for someone that you actually think cares and has an interest in what you're doing. I mean, they should be asking as many questions as you're asking them. So look for that,
Yes.
and then just get really pay attention to how the person reacts with you, just because you're going to have rapport. You're going to work with this person a lot, be around them a lot.
Mhm.
I mean, there's no shame in if you don't think you're going to work well with them. I mean, go your separate ways after. I mean, it's fine, but don't get scared and, just not ask any questions or, be upfront with the person, I would say. Same with the doctor. You go with the doctor, tell that doctor what's going on, you know what I mean? Be upfront with them. If it doesn't work, you can always go to a different damn doctor.
Just because there's a tattoo artist don't know me,
Right.
know how to tattoo.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So,
It's a relationship that you got to build up and figure out if that's going to work.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be friends with everybody you come across. You're not going to want to date everybody you come across. Like, same thing. Like, you're going to be in a relationship with your coach. It has to work. You guys got to, like, vibe together,
Yep.
Yeah. I think, like, one thing you can do before you even, like, start that process is just ask yourself, like, one, do you need personal training? Two, why are you doing what you're doing?
Mm-hmm.
Because that can, like, weed out, again, like, who you're looking for as a personal trainer.
Right.
You know, if you're trying to lose some weight, well, you're gonna try to narrow your where you're looking at based off of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're looking for athletics, you're going to be looking in more that direction, all
Right.
that kind of stuff.
Right.
So kind of figure out what you want,
what your goals are.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm glad you said that. Yeah,
Yeah, especially if there's like a specialty or a specific thing you're going for versus just general health, right?
Yeah, because I mean, if I was a sprinter, I'm not going to go to the best long distance coach in the in town.
And I'm the same way as my coach. Like with my coaching, if I have a client coming in here and he wants to be a sprinter, I know I got South Dakota's top sprinter in here. I'm not going to take that client. I'm not going to do that client a disservice. So from my side of things, the personal trainer should take care of that client in that way too.
You know? Totally.
Like if he wants to learn Olympic lifting, I'm not going to teach him that. I'm going to hand him straight to Trav.
Oh yeah, same here.
Does,
really?
I'm
Absolutely.
not going to try to teach you something I don't know.
Like, oh, you want to do?
And I've been in that position before, like teaching snatches, and like I can do a snatch, but it's like I'm not good enough to be teaching it, and I don't feel comfortable teaching it.
There's a lot of ins and outs. That,
it's like I can get the movement done, but I don't have all the cues to tell the client, so the client's like, oh, that makes sense,
You haven't gone deep on that subject where like just an inch wide and then like a mile deep on it.
You just gotta know your spot.
It's definitely not an easy process because, I mean, you can get a personal trainer and it takes, again, one for progress throughout your, journey. It takes a little bit of time to probably get you to your goal. I mean, it's hard to do it in one day. It's not going to really happen.
Yeah.
But, so you got to give like that trainer some time too, but it's also like you're hesitant to do that because you don't want to be wasting your time, your money, all the because that goal is important to you. So you gotta feel pretty confident that you picked the right person. So that's where
trust
I think
that process.
Yeah, trust that person's going to get you there and take care of you at the same time.
And then you got to do the things that it takes to actually do it. Like you can't just show up at the gym, and then we were talking to another guy yesterday. You can't show up to the gym, but then like go home and eat hot dogs every night and like expect to get where you want to go. Right? It's like you got to do all the things.
Yeah, I think with that like trust, like you can sense that's with like body behavior, all those like little subtle details that a person like you can tell whether they're being genuine, really want something for it, or they have like again just different motives for like why they're even talking.
They have an agenda.
Right.
Why you come into the gym? Like they have to be out of here at a certain time.
Right.
Like take your time with your client and take care of their needs first. Listen to what they need. If they're sore that day, like their glutes are sore, you probably shouldn't. Well, I'm not saying like you shouldn't be squatting, but if they're complaining about that day after day when you're coming into training, there's something that you need to be changing.
Like, if you're just sticking hard to your program, then and you're not making adjustments.
Exactly
where that relationship comes in. You got to have that communication, like where he said, like you have to tell your trainer what's going on. There has to be that trust there.
If you're having more
like,
back issues, I need to know about it.
Right. Don't just push through pain and think you got to do everything. Like, there's adjustments to be made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can still work on the same stuff by putting a little bit less pressure on that area.
Right.
Or to switch it up that day,
Sometimes it's just a few extra minutes of warm ups, on that specific spot, and they're good to go.
Yeah.
So
I think also cool thing about I would say majority of trainers, what they'll do is again they'll give you that like a free consultation. Not all of them do it, but if a person wants to help people, they usually offer that. So that's
if they're smart too, because if the relationship doesn't work, it's going to be hard for the trainer too.
Right. Yeah. So it's both ways, but you can just take a little extra time, meet with some extra people. You don't always have to just like go into the first place. It's just like buying anything, really.
Yep.
So, what type of training they do,
right? Yeah, and then you'll know if like you click with somebody better, and you might go into that first meeting, and it's perfect. It's what you wanted, and so there's no reason to look any further.
Well, when Dennis and Seth had same client
Oh,
interview
yeah,
in here.
yeah.
I was just like, all right, hope. I was like, I'm gonna see how these two react if they get all little bitchy and shit. And both of them were fine. Seth was like, I just hope she picks him rather because she went and interviewed other places.
Compared to I'm not gonna
Yeah,
say
yeah.
it.
We won't say who, but went to some other places, and
Yeah.
even Seth was like, "Oh, I don't care if she doesn't go to me, as long as she goes to
they
den,
come
you know."
here, yeah.
He goes, "You know, she's gonna get taken care of here," and it went
There was
surprisingly well. It was like weird
no-
because it was like walking out as they're both in here. I was like, "Oh, that went very well."
But like she would come in and say hi to him, you know, like
Right,
it
yeah.
was still cool. Like,
No, it was,
and the reason why that happened is because, like, I related to her a little bit more.
Yeah,
Like,
oh, yeah,
my
yeah.
story was much more in alignment with her story. So like, when we had that consultation, we clicked. Our personalities, like, we're a good match.
yeah.
And
yeah, you can tell. That's what I mean. Go,
yeah.
go see, go, you know.
I mean, sometimes you walk in the gym, you're like, how's that person a personal trainer?
Mhm.
But then you also step back and think, like, that person probably connects with that person better than I ever could.
Right.
You know, they might be a runner, and they might teach just your basic fitness, you know, your body weight stuff, pull-ups and all that stuff. I don't like to teach it. I like to throw weight around. Like, that's what I like to do. And if you're coming to me, that's what we're gonna do, because that's
Right.
what I specialize in. That's what
That's-
I understand.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna teach a bunch of, like, I'll do kettlebells, but I'm not gonna teach everything with the kettlebell like you do. You know, that's just not how my mind works. And I think people need to look into, like, what type of fitness they want to do as well.
Exactly.
And if they
Yeah.
don't know, they just got to start somewhere.
And yeah, if you just like general fitness, do what is interesting to you. Like,
Yeah.
do what seems like the thing that you would click with. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
No matter what it is.
So is that one covered then?
Well,
How you look?
I don't know. There's a lot of things that we
I know.
can still kind of like. Let's say, you know, a person, they don't know what type of fitness they want to do. They've never done really anything. Well, I would honestly recommend them go to a quality group class, because usually with like group classes you get a full spectrum of like everything.
Yeah.
Like, just doesn't. I mean, as long as it's a quality program, I think you get a safe experience where you are still getting an eye on you, and then you're doing a bunch of different things.
Right.
So from there, and usually the cost point is usually a little better too
Bit more
than personal training.
Wallet friendly.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it kind of introduces you into what you really want to do personal training wise, and then from there you can have a lot of fun. And that's where, you know, you can actually enjoy going in, you know, meeting with, you know,
Make
your
some new
personal-
friends.
right?
And
then it's just you know, it's a better process when you kind of know exactly what you're. I think you build a little more trust, a little more confidence with what your decision is.
And another thing is, like, how often do you need that personal trainer? That's going to run your costs up or
Yep.
down, whatever, you know? You might only need a personal trainer one time a week. Like,
Yeah.
I have a guy that does online training, comes in here once a week. I show him some things, or I take him through a workout. I listen to whatever he has to say. If he's like, man, I don't know if my deadlift form was on it. Well, we'll correct those things while you're here.
Right.
And then you go off and you still go do it by yourself, because, I mean, when I asked someone at the wellness center when I was probably like 19 years old, I was like, can I have a personal trainer? Or would you be my personal trainer? He's like, he looked at me, he's like, you don't need a personal trainer, dude. Just keep doing what you're doing. And like, that's when I was like, this is what I need to be doing, is helping people, because I know what I'm doing. Like, and then I got into personal training and found out I had no idea what I was doing. And I've learned a lot in the last 4 years. So,
oh yeah.
like, if I'm like, I'll still go use personal trainers though. Like, if I'm getting ready for a show or something, like, Trav's gonna help me with my nutrition. Like, I need accountability for one thing. Like, is that person caring about what you're doing outside of the gym too? Like, is he checking up on you? Is he actually like engaging with you on your health? Like, how's your energy doing? Like,
Right.
you know, how's your nutrition going? Like, I'm not one to force nutrition on anybody, but I'm gonna ask you over and over again.
If you force it, you're not going to get anywhere. But
Yeah.
just
I'll ask you over
bring
and
it
over
up.
again.
Just
I'll
put it in
remind
their
you.
mind. Yeah.
Like,
They have to be ready to make that change, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like a push and pull in the, you know, training world, where it's like the client is always resistant, you know, to really anything that you want to tell them, and then they got to find out themselves. But it's also the same thing. Like, I don't know how I want to put this, but like, if you have a trainer that you can walk all over, like, you should find a different trainer.
Right,
You know?
right.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if they don't ever like push you to be slightly uncomfortable, like,
Right.
I'd
right.
find somebody
Yeah.
else.
Or challenge you as far as nutrition goes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
and we need
any
to think
facet
at
of
least
fitness, right?
let's think about it. Like, put it in their mind and think about it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And,
I do the same thing with clients that smoke cigarettes. Like, I'm going to push you through a little more cardio to get you to think about it, you know? Like,
When the hell are people still smoking cigarettes?
it happens, but I got some clients that do, and I
Yeah.
just put them through more hell, you
Yeah.
know? But they think about it every time they leave this place, you know?
Make them huff and puff, get some of that gunk out of there, you know?
I'm here to help you with
It's
that.
building up in there, guys. Get rid of that shit.
You know what we really need to do though? Is just come up with an app. Find your trainer app. Is that a thing yet? Probably.
You're looking at me. It takes me an hour to
I'll
get
imagine.
a fucking
But-
live
Camera here.
video going.
You know, be kind of cool.
There's got to be one.
Yeah.
Of those.
Other than
I'm
that, I don't
sure.
know.
Trainer eyes. Is that what you use, or
I mean,
is that anything like that?
I
or?
think, like, the very best thing you could do is just call here. And
There's a
I'll
phone
set you
number
up.
right up there, guys. Like, check it out. It's
Yeah.
even framed with nice, pretty lights.
I mean, that is the thing too. Like, if you were just like looking for something, I tell you where to go.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
That's
It's
the thing. Like,
I mean, I've told multiple people like, hey, you go check this place out. Won't
That's
name
something I
names,
heard
but I
on
got
the-
a trainer. You know, came in looking, and I sent him somewhere else. Now he's working there. He's managing it. You know, stuff like that. It's
the
like,
MFCEO project. That was something he talked about, to where like people would come into a shop and be like asking for a specific thing or whatever. He's like, I don't have it, but like, let me call this other place that does have it, and I'll
right.
hook you up with them and all that. Like, that ended up creating like a long-lasting relationship with that person.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That like was very, like, it worked out very well.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
it just started with like, if you're not the guy, finding the guy, or if you don't know the answer, finding the answer.
Right.
Like, you gotta look for that in a coach. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
if they don't know the
Yeah,
answer,
exactly.
they should tell you they don't know the answer first of all, but they should be willing to go find it.
That's what I spend most of my fucking day doing. Like, shit.
but that's, I mean, that's the cool thing about this gym is we cover a really
Oh, yeah.
broad spectrum of fitness,
Yes.
right? Which is
Yep.
great. So usually we can find a spot for anybody's needs.
Oh,
but
yeah.
You know, if somebody comes in here, like, we're not going to ever force them into like any of us. We're just like,
Right.
if we don't know how to like do it, we're gonna like. But we do take the time to try to figure out where you should go.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
cool.
I can't wait till there's someone that comes in that I can't set them up. Like, I just want to know what that like scenario is going to be.
I'm sure
so
there
that-
is one though. So
Holy shit! It got me.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Like, I hope you're not walking into Primal for Zumba. Like,
I don't know.
That might be
Christian
it.
talking
Yeah.
about dance.
Yeah.
Disco Friday or something.
yeah, like
So,
we don't do
I
that
think
here.
we're, yeah,
if you want to do that, I'd let it try. But I'm not showing
I'm gonna
up.
learn how to do that
he's
step class.
convinced that's going to be the next thing. So
You're doing
let's see
step
what
classes
happens.
and you're jumping on trampolines.
Yeah.
Hey, that'd be fun though. That would be fun.
Do you ever see that video
Yeah,
of that
but-
chick just
Oh,
going
she's
crazy?
aggressive.
I'm
Yeah, I just like.
Imagine if we had like a whole bunch of trampolines in here. Like, get Jason in here. Like,
yeah, like,
imagine
what
might
are our
happen.
challenges?
His-
gonna
Like,
be
we
like
would be
that?
His
getting
voice-
injured every
He just got a new
week.
little tramp at his place.
So
We
you
were-
jump over you?
Oh yeah,
I've
we
seen
were
that.
jumping all over the place. So it's like,
That is really good exercise.
oh, I go to the fucking Sky Zone. I make it like 10 minutes.
Oh,
Sticker on my shirt. You know, my fucking shirt's so like sweaty by the end. It's my sticker's coming off. 'Cause I'm just like,
Dude, Julie will sit in the
Killing
same
it out there.
freaking on the same one and jump for an hour straight. Seriously, like Bella came in, she's like, "Dad, you need to go jump with Julie. She's gonna get mad at you." I'm like, Bella, I can't. like, I'm not even fucking with Julie right now. Like, I don't know how she's still out there. You know,
have
it's
you
like-
been to the one in Harrisburg?
No.
No, I want to go there.
I haven't either, but I heard it's
Pretty
better.
It's pretty cool.
I heard it's a little.
I haven't been out there yet. Shit. All right. So what else? What do we got? So finding a personal trainer, finding
Find out how many times you need a personal trainer.
how many times. Yeah, I mean
Like,
that.
how many
and that's
sessions?
where. And that's
and
where.
your
I mean,
trainer should set you up for that.
well, I'll say that's where. I mean, when I say no about budget, I mean everyone's gonna have a budget. You should
Yes.
figure out a budget you're willing to pay.
You know,
You know, you don't need to go out and spend $100 an hour. on
exactly.
somebody.
You got to
know what I mean?
understand, like, some trainers can do more with you in one session than some can in four.
Right,
per-
right.
You know,
Right.
like, I'd rather spend $50 an hour on someone
Right.
who's
get all
going to
the
take
knowledge.
care of me on that one session than pay someone.
like a rep counter or something.
Yeah.
like
Right,
that.
yeah,
I mean, those.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, you do have to figure out what you're willing to budget into that. and kind of go from there. But definitely don't start looking for just the cheapest person you can get. You know,
Be realistic with your goals and a time frame and all that stuff.
Right.
I think that's a big thing.
Maybe do some group training and personal training.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I think, yeah, if you have any more questions about, like, again, like, personal trainers, how to find them, I guess, any more specific question with it, yeah, just hit us up.
Yeah.
And if you're watching this, you should just be hitting us up anyways.
You know what we should talk about? This habanero challenge that went down.
Oh,
No.
man,
We don't need to talk about the
not upset that I
habanero. It
missed
wasn't
that
even a good challenge. It was one of the
I
worst.
see
I
a
would
live
say
where
it
Tanner
was a
seemed
very
pretty
good
upset
challenge
about
because
it, but
2 people wouldn't do it.
It was
If you
the
can get
worst.
people to not even attempt it. That's a pretty good challenge.
It wasn't even a good challenge. It wasn't. I wasn't impressed with it.
So you won? Is that what
He didn't even look like it affected him that much.
He's
he
so
was just like-
adapted to vegetables.
And
it's
then he
just
starts doing
plant
pull-ups.
matter. It's
He
any
does
kind
like
of plant-
25 pull-ups in a minute. I'm like,
I ate one and it was hot, but it goes away in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
He ate 3 of them fuckers.
yeah,
So-
and didn't make a face. So it
You could
wasn't.
have drank the milk, right?
I put it in my mouth and spat it out. So.
So he's not vegan because of
So
the
he
animal.
swished.
A
A
little
little
swishy.
swishy. I wasn't mad that I missed that one. That was,
I thought I was gonna be like completely wrecked for a while, but I felt pretty good.
I was farting like crazy that night.
Yeah.
I was just gassy as hell.
was it painful?
No, it wasn't even smelly. It was just my stomach. I mean, there was just that gas building
lot
up
of
in
air.
there. Yeah, it was
She had some of them good, some of that good
just the loud,
prebiotic
airy
fiber in
ones.
there
You know
and
what I
the
mean? It's
peppers,
like,
huh?
Yeah, I don't do spicy food, so
Yeah.
I like spicy,
We
but
found
I
that
like
out.
flavor. Like, it's gotta be not just spicy.
like I'll
but
eat hot
spicy,
wings
you
if
know.
that's all that's there, and I.
That's the cool
really
thing with the
wanna eat those
habaneros.
wings.
Like they're good tasting.
yeah, they
Tastes
were sweet.
Smoky.
Really?
No,
They
Sweet
are.
and smoky.
trash.
Some earthy tones.
Well, kicking the vegan shit off. So, what was the other thing we were going to talk about? The best fat burning
The
exercise.
best fat burning
Yeah.
exercise.
Okay, so
That
since
might
you don't
be
know
the
mine,
title.
we can
Sorry
let
for the
we can let
clickbait,
these
y'all.
guys go first, and I'll end it since you don't know mine. But
Alright, so I haven't even put any more thought into it. So Nick already won, just so you guys know. He's gonna go last. So the best fat burning exercise. I would say probably one of the least favorites that I have people do. Crawling.
ooh, fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're literally using every muscle in the body. If you do it for a long time,
Fucking
you're gonna burn a
quad
shitload of calories. But it's good because it's like a good exercise too. It's like a good movement. You're strengthening everything. You're using your brain, your fucking body. Everything's engaged. So I guess bang for buck, I would say crawling.
I'd say battle ropes. Battle
Ooh.
ropes. Depending on how you're using them. If you're using them the right way, they will destroy you.
There's all kinds of shit. You can do about it. People don't. I don't think.
I've
they
been
fully
using them a lot with my
utilize the
clients
ropes.
lately, and
You've been doing
I
some shit.
Yeah, I'm
it's
starting
like-
to get some ideas.
Dude,
so
I pull the asshole move anytime a friend comes in that doesn't work out or anything. I've seen these where I'm like, dude, just try slamming the shit out for 30 seconds.
It's fun.
That 30 seconds comes and they're like, uh-oh.
What
I
I always tell
I might
people,
throw.
it's a upper body sprint.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like it's
I don't-
literally full all out with the upper body.
You barely have. No matter what injury you have, there's a way we can get battle ropes in.
Oh, yeah.
Your foot's broken, we can sit down.
I love battle rope, and you could go slow. You can like pace it out,
Yeah.
or you could go extreme too. So you get that aerobic, you get anaerobic, you get
Yeah.
you don't get sore. There's no eccentric.
Yeah.
It's all just explosion.
I tell people to do jumping jacks, and they're like, huh? Every time.
Jumping's and yeah.
Jumping
Yeah.
jacks with the.
But I shouldn't be saying any. I don't know what Travis is gonna say for his fat burning movement. What do you got, Travis?
Shoot, man, this question sucks.
You came up with it.
Especially with Nick's answer.
But so yeah.
Well, I mean, anything you do while breathing
Yeah, I know. Like anything above that, like 151.
Dude, like the odds. I mean, you burn fat just
Breath
sitting
work.
here.
Yeah.
Just that's what your body kind of
I really like
transfers
that
over
answer.
to.
Yeah.
So if you want to burn
Calorie
fat,
deficit.
Yeah. If you want to burn fat, just breathe.
Mm-hmm. So literally, like, if you break down, like, breathing is movement. Literally. And if you're deep belly breathing, you're circulating your lymphatic system. You're, oxygenating your organs,
Well, even when people stretch, like they don't breathe when they stretch. Usually, they're
Start
just
holding their
stretching,
breath.
and then
Start
like,
making
if
that
you,
pain face. I always tell people, stay off the pain face.
I guess what we could do instead of what I'll do is a method instead of exercise.
Yeah, that's kind of.
I'll kind of
I'm sure we're
make
still recording this.
I've know a lot of people that have had a lot of success with some sort of, again, you can call it HIIT,
Like a
or
split.
any sort of, where it's high intensity, and then you get a little short break, and then go back into it. I know a lot of people, one, just for longevity of the efficiency of that style, is a little bit longer and better than, let's say, like steady state, which there's really nothing wrong with it, but it just, you lose the efficiency of it. So
There's no oxygen debt. There's no afterburn effect.
that too.
That's why I do Tabatas so often.
So
So
like
when you do that hit, you go on that breathing piece, you go into oxygen debt, to where basically you're spending the next maybe 24, 48 hours trying to repay that debt. So
Right.
you're like, that's that
So you're
afterburn.
breathing, harder, more,
Bam.
all that. So, kind of goes back to the breathing. Just breathe.
Just breathe, motherfucker.
And then you
Wim Hof. You
Wim
guys
Hof.
know that guy? That's his thing.
Yeah.
Just breathe, motherfucker.
yeah. And that's
Move.
I guess we can kind of go into the gold trophy here.
It's kind of a cardio, which I fucking hate. But best exercise, cooking in the kitchen.
Damn.
To burn fat, right there.
I
Little
wish I had a
cardio,
mic for
cooking
you
in
to
the-
drop here.
It's all done. That exercise you do, dancing in the kitchen, making some food.
There you go.
It's right there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Spend your time doing that. It's your
Bam.
best fat burner. I don't give a fuck what you're doing, whether or not you're exercising or not. It's the best right there.
Absolutely.
Calorie deficit.
And the exercise ain't gonna do shit if you're not taking care of your nutrition. Getting that in check.
I know everybody thought I was gonna say sex. That's what I told Travis.
That was
Be
in my
that
head.
pervert's gonna be like sex.
See, the problem with that is like
It's hit. It's hit cardio.
You're breathing.
It's 5
No, you gotta
seconds.
be able to
real
repeat.
quick.
Yeah, I was like, you gotta be able to repeat that.
That's why you switch positions so often.
They sit there turning Tabatas on like rest.
No, you just got to play it off by switching position.
He would be puking in
Yeah.
no time. You can't do that. He gets puking when he does cardio.
just breathe.
Just breathe.
My drill sergeant told that to one of the privates I went to basic with because we were all getting smoked. She was on profile, so she couldn't do anything because she's rid out. She was lying, like she wasn't hurt, And then drill sergeant looks at her and he goes, "You just breathe. Everyone else push." And we're like, "What the?"
That's my rest periods. I tell people, just walk and breathe.
Just
Walk and breathe.
You gotta learn how to control it. Learn how to bring your heart rate back down.
Yeah, don't
get it
huff and
back
puff.
up. That's what I
do
tell
that
people with
panic
just lifting
breathing.
though, like try to keep a composed face while you're benching.
Make that shit look easy.
Oh yeah,
Even
make
when
it look
it's not.
easy. Like
Yeah.
and that was my big thing. Like when people are benching and they get stuck and their leg goes flying up, I just want to leave a bar on their chest just so they think about it.
Make it look easy until like veins are popping out.
Yeah.
Then you can start making
like
that
stay
face.
composed and allow failure
Yep.
to wipe you out, and then you'll
But-
get stronger just from that.
Like that pain face, like your nervous system picks up on that. So like if you're stretching, you're just like barely doing a hamstring stretch, you're like grimacing, you're just contorting your like your brain processes that as stress.
Mhm.
So it's gonna put the brakes on that shit.
Yep.
Like and then it's gonna you like association and it's gonna turn
Yeah.
shit off.
I think that's a real thing, just because I think it improves your resiliency of like doing anything in life.
Mm-hmm.
When you
don't make grimacing faces. You don't like overreact when you don't need to.
Right.
Like, if you really just like, it wasn't anything. Like just mentally be
Like you
like
eating
over
habanero.
whatever it is.
See, like
Yeah,
if I was eating a
Maintaining
habanero,
your
I
arousal
lost it.
level.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I remember we actually that was kind of driven home to me when I was at Cal Strength, and I had a tour rotator cuff, and we didn't know that at the time until we were doing some flossing with like the band. So we had it on my shoulder and everything, and the coach he's just cranking on it just to improve my mobility, everything like that, and kind of loosen everything up and like make it feel better. And like he had it cranked, and all of a sudden like I'm just like, and he's like, yeah, I actually don't want to repeat exactly what he was calling me, but like it was like pretty nasty, and I'm just like what? Like you have my arm in a very compromised position right now. Like I know that there's something messed up in my shoulder, but that was like one thing that he like was kind of driven home there is like, you know, if you feel a little bit of pain, don't like you can't just it's nothing.
Don't show it.
Right.
Don't
And
show
like
it.
everybody there had achy knees. If you talked about achy knees, like like get out of the gym.
Right.
Low backs, like everything like that. But you don't have to take it that like extreme, but
And
But
injury is
that's
one
the type
thing.
of level of gym you were at too. Like
Right.
everyone,
That's true.
like you
High
can
level.
like if you're walking into these like a bodybuilding gym, you better be ready to do what these bodybuilders are doing.
Better
you
be
know,
ready to
or
start burning.
or
Yeah.
these CrossFit gyms. You better be ready for CrossFit or any other gym. You know, like not every gym is just general fitness, and people
Right.
gotta understand that.
Totally.
Yeah, like when I do like soft tissue work and shit.
God.
Like, I mean, normal people, I don't have to like watch. They'll, and I'm like, oh my god, that hurt.
Yeah.
But like with Travis, I gotta watch his face just to see like an eye twitch or something. I'm like, that hurt right there. Well, I mean, kinda. Like, and then he gets up, I'm sweating, dude. I'm
You
sweating.
get off the mat and like literally there's a whole body mark of just sweat.
Because I can tell, you know, but some people I just touch and they're just bouncing off that table. Or Travis, I gotta pay attention to, like, yeah, he'll have a little like eye twitch, or like you can just tell he's trying to fight it just
or
a
else
little bit. It's
I'll like have a little chuckle or something like that. But
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to just like not make a face the whole time. But you sent me off the bench that one day.
well, and that.
he loves it, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
Those are my
no,
chest,
what I
though.
think is
He's
fun.
kind of a sick little
No, it's
fucker.
not.
My back, I can take it.
The reason I'm laughing when that happens is because, dude, you don't have to be a fucking badass or like I know what if it like. Let me like if you're not grimacing or like making a face.
I'm gonna go harder.
Yeah, well, right. I'm searching for an uncomfortable. You know, we want to put a little pressure on there, but you can't wait until the very last. What the fuck? You know, I'm like, well, dude, you can tell me if it's like hurting a little.
Oh,
so it's
no,
just funny
yeah.
because like, you know,
That's what
the
I look
average
for when I
person
go
will
get a
jump, but-
massage too. I'm not looking for comfort. I'm looking for you to
Right. That's
Yeah.
why I'm
work.
laughing. I'm like,
because when
I'm
I
like,
walk out, I'm gonna feel better. The stress level's gonna be gone because it hurt so
Right,
bad when
right.
I was in there.
And that's why I laughed and I'm like, just sit back down. I'll go a little easier, but like, just let me know. Don't try to fight it so much because then I am just digging. And I'm like, and then I'm thinking,
Communication,
damn, they
bam.
got some pain
Bring it back.
tolerance. You know, it's like because some of those spots I fucking hit myself on and I can't even fucking breathe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like I lock up and just like.
And you got a high tolerance
Yeah.
for,
I do,
for
and
all
it's-
that stuff.
So that's why I'm like, damn.
It's not a fair
that's what I'm thinking.
comparison
I'm
to
like,
normal
damn, this
people, too,
person's.
yeah.
You know, normally I can't do this, and then all of a sudden it's just like, oh, what the fuck? I'm like, all right.
Well, we covered quite a bit today.
Yeah, I think it's about time to move on with our Sunday here.
Hopefully this isn't a hidden episode.
Yeah, we got it on a couple
We got it.
things, so.
Okay.
I got up and checked it twice. We're good. So, Tanner, where can they find you?
At Huseman or at Hustle with Huseman on Instagram.
Instagram, Travis Klinghagen.
Ryder311 Instagram.
Dennis.Timmerman on Instagram and House of Timmerman Podcast. Check out the podcast on Instagram at Kettle Bar Podcast. Sioux Falls Primal on podcast or on Sioux Falls Primal on Instagram. What else? Facebook. You guys are watching right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate it. Leave some questions, comments down below. Like the video, thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. All that good stuff. Click that bell. Get notified when we post the next episode.
That's the YouTube thing, the bell.
That's at
Yeah,
YouTube.
that's one.
I clicked the bell,
I still haven't gotten
Travis
on
clicked the bell.
so
I'll click the
The
bell.
bell, fucker.
I'll click the bell.
Julie's out there outworking you, dude.
Oh, yeah, I don't even fuck around with that. Shit, outwork me every day.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys.
hey, thank you.
Peace.
Next episode, we'll cover fake tits and fitness.